Welcome to Riga for night 2 of the Olympic qualifying tournament in Latvia. The home crowd are back in full voice here at Arena Riga with Latvia hosting the Philippines tonight. Julia Montesano and Mark Clark are joining you in commentary for the game. And Mark, it's our first opportunity to check out the Philippines as they welcome you. It's going to be a high-stakes game as we look at the standings for Group A. Latvia, Georgia, and Philippines obviously yet to play. Can't wait for this one.
Well, no, the Philippines are always fun. They're always... It's one of those countries in the world where basketball is the biggest sport. It means so much. They did a great job with the World Cup. Now they want to make an Olympics for the first time since 1972, I think. And it's they've looked good in preparation without winning a game. Lost narrowly to Poland. Were really in the game against Turkey. Had good performances, and they've got a pretty relaxed feel about them tonight. So if they play the normal way, their up-tempo style, they really fight for every single thing, and they're going to have to against this great Latvian team. Could be a real interesting one for Coach Cohn and his lineup. Make a statement game day one, win or lose, you've got another shot at it tomorrow.
Here comes Latvia now. They were a joy to watch yesterday, Mark. Nearly everyone got on the score sheet. They relished the atmosphere. Another sellout crowd tonight. They'd give themselves every chance to go 2 from 2.
Oh, absolutely. And I've said it before. They are one of my favourite teams to watch in basketball at the moment because not only did everyone shares it, everyone buys into each other. They just work for each other so hard. They are fun with a capital F to watch. And they're also a very high-level technical team. They have everything you need to be a great team, and they are one.
Ranked 6th in the world, this Latvian team. We know about their World Cup run. They were just one Davis Bertens mystery away from what it would have been an amazing, potentially medal-winning chance. They finished 5th. They come here in front of their home crowd. It's box office stage for them. Coach Luka Bunky on screen. Coached a fantastic game last night, and now we're going to stand up and hear the national anthems of Philippines and Latvia.
The national anthem of Philippines. Divas reizes. Nu tad visi kopā. Dievs svētī Latviju, mūsu dārgo Teviju, svētī Latviju, svētī
It is such a beautiful sound around the arena. Everybody in one one voice singing the Latvian national anthem. It really does give you goosebumps and almost a tear in my eye, to be honest. It was amazing to hear. There's so much passion around the stadium for Latvia.
And the team reflect that in the way they play. Everything they do is as one, the crowd and the team. And Coach Benke said that in the press conference last night. They really feel a connection with the crowd, and it's really clear as we get to look at the three officials.
Well, today's referees are Ademir Zapotovic from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Wojciech Liška from Poland, and Kerem Baki from Turkey. We know they have just as big of a job as the players tonight. But as you can see, we've got some Philippines fans in the house, and we thought we would. These are probably two of the most proudest countries they are of basketball. I mean, it's the main sport here in Latvia, probably the main sport in the Philippines as well. They're getting right behind their teams tonight.
And the Philippines always have a traveling contingent of fans. They're dotted around the arena. And the great thing is they'll be having the same party with these Latvian crowds, because this is, you know, it's huge. It's the Olympic qualifying tournament, so obviously they're well into it. I think the issue for the Philippines, and we're going to get a look at their starting lineup at the moment, is just their ability to control the ball. Because Latvia are so effective and efficient at scoring off turnovers. And if Philippines don't take care of the ball, they will have a real issue. They're going to start big. They've started big against Poland and against Turkey, so they'll probably go with Fajardo and Soto on the inside. They're going to have to control that tempo, and that's one way of doing it. And the other thing about them, Brownlee, is just having an amazing run with this team. Did a great job in the Asian qualifiers, was so good against Poland the other night. He can just knock down shots for fun, and he's got enough size, and it's just about ball control for me. It's just about, can they take care of it? Can they get enough touches? And also, can the bigs stay out of foul trouble? But they've got a lineup here that could really challenge this Latvian team.
And as you mentioned, Mark, key player for Philippines tonight is Justin Brownlee, playing in Indonesia at the moment, I should say. And had a really nice last window of the Asia Cup qualifiers, averaged 21 points, 6 assists, 11 rebounds. He'll definitely be a key player for them tonight. And we take a look at Coach Tim Cone on the screen. I mean, he is the heart and soul of this Philippines team. He took the helm again after the 2023 World Cup. He led the team, obviously, to resounding wins in the World Cup window. But let's listen to Luka Bunke. He's always full of energy tonight.
Always with energy, and there's the starting lineup. This is how deep this team is, because Christos Zoric didn't play last night. Was a big factor of the World Cup run. It just no injury, it was just rotation. Now he starts, and he knows that's what's going to happen, what his team needs. Well, what a game that Morris had last night. Really did an excellent job in every stat line category. He made a contribution.
And really efficient as well, 100% from the field as well. He was fantastic. And the other change to that starting five as well, we see Klaus Chavas get the start as well. So that's really exciting for them. They've got that ability to rotate. I mean, look at the luxury they have. So many players coming off the bench. He nearly, like we said, Coach Bunke nearly used every single person on the bench last night. And he's doing a fantastic job with his team. We know he was crowned the best coach of the 2023 World Cup. And he's got some real weapons in his team that will really challenge this Philippines team as we count down to tip off on the Tissot clock.
Well, just to finish on the Coach Benke stuff, one of the things that always impresses me when you hear him talk at press conferences and about, he feels so much responsibility as a non-Latvian being given the responsibility to lead the team. And it's, I think his relationship with the country is one of the foundations for how well this team does. He holds everybody, including himself, to account, and that's where they get their strength from.
Well, we're nearly ready to go here in Riga, where it's the 6th best team in the world up against the team ranked 24th in the Philippines. The semi-finals are really starting to take shape after tonight's game. We saw Montenegro get the win over Cameroon earlier on. They go 1-from-1. Latvia's their second game tonight, and Philippines their first game. Of course, the semi-finals on Saturday here in Latvia, but at the moment, all eyes on the Philippines and Latvia as they're about to go head-to-head in Arena Riga. And the drums and the stands in full force as we welcome you to Arena Riga in Latvia, where it is the home team, Latvia, going head-to-head with the Philippines on night 2 of this Olympic qualifying tournament. And what a start for the Philippines.
That's a pass from Soto. the two bigs just combining, and one of the ways to beat this Latvian defense is the extra quick pass. Great execution, what a start.
Schmitz had a fantastic night last night. Bertans loves this range. Couldn't quite get them off to a nice start. Justin Brownlee, the key player we talked about at the start of the game. Newsom has a few weapons as well. Looking for his bigs. Ramos gets it. Now Kai Soto, expecting him to play a key role tonight. Here he is with ball in hand and bakes it in. What a start!
Well, people always talk about, is the Achilles heel for Latvia the fact they haven't really got genuine size. And all Philippines have done is taken it right down the gut on every single possession. They get round it by their pressure and the way they speed people up. But Philippines seem comfortable with that. The Philippine League is a very quick league, and a lot of these players play in their home league. So I don't think the pace is going to be the concern. Great start for the Philippines.
Kai Soto at the line for a three-point play. And he gets it done.
Still only 22. He is a young man in a big man's body at the moment. Really stepping, grows every year in his confidence.
Zodics getting the start tonight for Latvia. Didn't play a minute last night. He nearly got them off to a nice start, but at the moment it's all Philippines. A sea of blue striding down the court. A 5-0 run, and Kai Soto's played a big part. He had the assist in the first bucket, then he had the three-point play in the second. He's causing headaches already.
Well, and the 1 to 5 in this starting line. Dwight Ramos, again, he was also really impressive in the they almost came back from double digits down to beat Poland. Plays in the Japanese league. It's a tough league, so if anyone who's not aware of Philippines basketball thought this might be just Latvia winning the game, this is a country that prides itself on its basketball. It is the biggest sport in the country. You only had to be at the World Cup to know how big it is in that country, so don't be surprised. Let's not get carried away that Latvia have just stuttered a little bit at the start. But the Philippines are here to play.
Newsom and Brownlee. Brownlee pulls up for a triple. Oh my goodness, everything is going the Philippines' way.
He was guarded. Guarded, just made the three over the defense.
Well, Latvia are shell-shocked at the moment. Can Roland Schmitz turn the tide? Zodics hustles, and it was a good hustle in the end. Kuruks. Ramos couldn't keep it in.
You know, last night, Judah, we talked about the rhythm that Latvia had. When they move the ball, everybody moves. It's a little bit screen, catch, stop, screen, catch. It's not flowing like they want to flow at the moment, and that's the quickness of the Philippines defense that's really giving them that issue.
Zodics breaks free from the agility of this Gilas team. Goes inboard now, Christos Zodics. There was a foul called in amongst all of that.
You mentioned it that Zodics didn't start. We mentioned it before the game, but with Bertans going down injured after halfway through the second game in the World Cup, him and Jagas basically ran the backcourt. So this is not like a massive issue for Latvia. They would expect him to be able to deal with the situation. He started really confidently, took the shot but missed it. Now he's on the free throw line. And I think you said as well, they're so deep, everybody's interchangeable. They'll click into gear soon, and if they won't, this crowd will help them click into gear.
Newsom now. Can he keep the Philippines' good run going? Instead, it gets turned over. Schmitz with the active hands and gets the first field goal of the game for Latvia.
And why wouldn't it be Schmitz? Always the energy guy, always working at both ends of the floor. And it's contagious. Once someone gets a deflection, someone else is looking, and Rodion's Kurik's almost got a steal himself.
And celebrated the little win as well after it, the fist pump.
Everything.
Yeah, they're an energy team. Both are, really.
Even though Rodion's Kurik's is listed as a guard, he's 190 plus. They've got that size as they get another effort play for the putback.
Fajardo has had a lovely start to this game under the rim. A massive force out there for the Philippines. Kudus pulls up for a triple. With the hand in his face, if you don't mind. Tough basket from Rodion Kudus. He got the effort on the defensive end, able to translate it into some good offense. Just like that, it's back within 3, although Soto has something to say about that.
Again, the pass against this pressure is so important. You've got to execute it, but super cut, super pass.
Oh, good hands there by Chavez. It gets kicked around. Bertans has to go from a more comfortable range this time, but can't convert. Ramos off and running. Zodik stuck him on the way through. So Latvia slowly finding their rhythm, but Kai Soto, he's an athletic specimen.
Absolutely.
Playing at the moment in Japan with the Hiroshima Dragonflies. Averaged 15.5 points and 12.5 rebounds in the last window of the Asia Cup qualifiers. He knows how to get to work on the international stage, that's for sure. Newsom loses it, but he's able to get it back and find some space with the hand as well.
That's a take. That's a finish against real challenge. And you saw him force himself through the contact, force himself through the attempted block, drew the contact, didn't take his eyes off where he wanted the ball to go.
And we see some subs coming for Latvia. I think it's a good move by Coach Bunky. Rihaz Lomash is going to enter the game, and our key player that we focused on at the start of the game, Marix Medis, into the arena as well. 11 points, 100% from the field, 7 rebounds and 4 assists last night for him.
This is going to be one of those factors that Latvia are relentless. Whoever comes in is just going to keep that level going. The great thing already for me for the Philippines is that Soto can be foul prone. He's really played smart down the defensive end. And I think the depth that Latvia have could be crucial as this game develops. But the game might be done before that happens. The way this game has started, the Philippines are very focused, spreading the floor, sharing the ball really well. And it's about the balance of when they get into rotations that could become absolutely crucial.
Newsom can't get the M1 to go. Zodik's bringing it up from the backcourt now. 14 plays 7. Lomash, can he have an instant impact? Had a really good night last night. Zodix banks it in.
You see that when they run all those actions, whoever has the guard spot, Zorix on this occasion, if the defense just starts to chase all those screeners, then he opens up the drive lane. If you get a replay of it right now, you look, there's no one looking to help because they're all playing the action away from the ball. Chagars does it really well. Zorix does it incredibly well as well. They've got enough size and athleticism to finish. So it's that action that not only hurts you from the options it gives those cutters, but it just opens up the middle of the floor.
Davis Bertans on for his first minutes of the game, replacing Roland Schmitz.
Not a bad option to bring in.
Not at all.
An NBA vet just comes off your bench who doesn't understand what a bad shot is.
Yeah. Kai Soto into Brownlee. Oh, just sends Bertans to the deck. But it gets in Lomash's hands regardless. Kudus has some space. And it's going to be a Philippines ball. So Latvia slowly finding their rhythm. And we've already had an avalanche of substitutions. We now see Giannis Timmer come into the game as well. 5 rebounds last night. Was one of the rare players that didn't actually score, but he put in a great stint. He had that foul trouble early, so he sat for a while.
A long while.
Yeah. I think, yeah, first period, and then we didn't see him until the 4th. He knew his role, he played it. A good look ahead pass to Soto. It came in his hands probably a tad too late. They get another go at it.
Yeah, just had it behind the backboard, didn't he? Had nowhere to go. Great control by the defense not wanting to reach. They knew that he had nowhere to go. I mean, the key man for the Philippines may well be the veteran, Yabab Aguilar, because he's the only other 2-meter-plus guy really on the floor. And if he can get in, give minutes, his experience will really help this team.
Brownlee with the one-handed shot.
Now, he's just points. He's at points in so many ways.
Sonics can't get the points of his own. Brownlee looking ahead. Instead, he goes by himself. Can't get the back-to-back, just a bit hard on the backboard. Sonics with pace. He's had a really nice start to this game. Lomash! Jeez, it would have been nice. It was a through the legs assist nearly from Sonics. Newsom now. PBA champion, finals MVP and All-Star. Fajardo, a great catch and a great finish. That is strong.
They are milking. They're milking the mismatch underneath, milking the high-low. I mean, Latvia are going to have to talk it over. Coach Banky wants to take the timeout, and he's always got answers. But can you execute in a different way to stop that high-low action?
This will be a very interesting timeout to listen to, that's for sure. Coach Luca Banky. I sense it might be a bit animated in there.
Positioning is important, okay? Don't give the possibility to go through the sides. Don't three-quarters. Push him out of range. To the top, to the corner. Don't make him play to the best. Fine, first one, and you give us the right drive. Let's go. We need to step up. That energy, guys. Janka. He's offense. We go X player. Okay? Watch out the pressure. Supporting. We play the good guys.
Well, it's been such a hot start for the Philippines. 18 points to 9 at the moment. And it's been the work of their bigs. Kai Soto, Jumar Fajardo. We've seen Brownlee cameo with a few points, but you're right, you said it before the timeout. Latvia are really struggling with that mismatch, especially with Fajardo under the rim.
That high-low is... If they keep the ball off the floor and change the angle, it doesn't give Latvia enough opportunity to change the way they want to either front or three-quarter front down low. And they don't like to overhelp. Coach Banky's teams really do not want to overhelp because they're worried about the skip to the open shooter. He's going to have to make an adjustment unless they can put more pressure on the ball to make that pass more difficult.
Fajardo converts the three-point play. They are out to a 10-point lead. You can see Fajardo has not missed. 7 points, 3 from 3 from the field. Davis Bertans straight into the hands of Soto. Still sticking with that same starting five, the Philippines. Latvia have made a range of subs already. Soto backing down on Bertans. Fajardo manages to somehow squeeze it, but pass a bit too far for Ramos. He didn't really know what he was doing there.
I think Ramos thought, as I thought, it was a back court, but the referees must have seen a deflection off of Latvia, otherwise it was. But everybody in the gym thought it was a back court.
Yeah, no doubt.
But everybody in the gym doesn't matter. It's only the guy in gray. He's the only person that matters.
Lomash to Timmer. And Lel Strolix on for his first minutes. And he makes an instant impact.
Played in that space behind the screen. Nice finish, nice little floater.
Newsom for the Philippines. Bertans doing a good job here on Soto. Shot clock down to 5. Newsom pulls up and drains it.
He had a great college career at Georgetown. They've got real quality across this roster.
Not much got fouled on the way in. Play for that one nicely. Mature drive. And he finds himself at the line. He has Lomash. You see this finish from Newsom. All class. Lomash able to put the first one down. 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists last night up against Georgia. Played a really crucial role in that game. Of course, we know he's playing with Bologna, Luca Bunky's team in Italy. So he has that connection with his coach already, and they seem to have a lot of trust in each other. Newsom doing a great job at the point so far. Ramos shares it around with Soto. Can he get in the action? Pass went too far for Fajardo. I'll try again for the baseline. 2.3 seconds left on the shot clock, so I need to be aware of that. Newsom looking for Ramos. Lomash interfered there. 1.1 now on the shot clock. Let's see what they do here. The crowd are making it hard for them. So Newsom from the sideline. Strolek's making it very hard for him. Newsom pots up the shot. And Latvia escape there. 21 plays 13, and it's the Philippines' way.
Since Davis Bertans has come on the floor and it's taken on the Soto responsibility, the Philippines have struggled. But at the other end, they're still holding this Latvian team to some real tough shots.
Strolek never looked like missing.
And he is the guy that, as you said, came out of the timeout, goes in, makes the penetration, they leave him alone, and nails the three. He has turned their offense around on those 3 possessions.
Another timeout in the arena. It's going to be Coach Cone.
Nobody's coming out. You're trying to peel back easy. Don't peel back easy.
We've seen a bit of a resurgence here from Latvia. We noticed Bertans taking on the role of defending Soto, and Strolek has provided that offensive impact. You can never discount a good team like this. They're never going to be out of the game for too long, and they're resurging back into it now.
Well, I think they're just going to find the right guys on the right night. And there's different guys every night for them. And you would never have said that Davis Bertans had coming in. It would be his defense that has sparked a run for this team. It's normally him coming down the floor and taking the three. But his defense on Soto has been absolutely fundamental to the way this game has just got back into a little bit of control for Latvia.
Still no subs for the Philippines out of that timeout. Keeping with the same guys. And why wouldn't they? It's been a great start for the men in blue. Fajardo getting to work on Chavas. Brownlee from the top. Nails it!
They just got lost on a pick down that freed up Brownlee. Great find by Fajardo because they're literally face guarding Brownlee. Just getting great execution to free him up, to give him that half a step. That's all he needs.
Speaking of half a step, Strolek does that. Timmer can't respond. And Newsom finds some space. He can break away here and get the 2 to go.
Well,
Great anticipation.
That's how to come out of a timeout, right? You go, everything gets a bit nasty. You go fight. You're going to go like 5-0, run out the timeout. Great response to the coach.
And he was singled out, wasn't he? Coach Cone said, you know, you need to peel back harder. You're giving up too easy, and that's your response. Back out to a 10-point lead at minute 21, left in his first period.
Well, here is that first rotation as Carl Tamayo comes in. Still quite young at 23, but he's got to play big. He's 2 meters, yes, but he's not Soto. So big moments is when they get into rotation for the Philippines. They have the 10-point lead. It'll be interesting to see where they are when Soto comes back.
Lomash. Oh, beautiful pass. Matus a bit too hot on it. Didn't miss a shot last night. He's missed his first attempt tonight.
2 feet.
Yeah. Funny game, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's why we love it. That's why there are 9,000 people here.
As was the case last night as well. A packed out arena, sold out on both nights. These Latvian fans adore this team. Been waiting to welcome them home after that World Cup run. You can hear the drums, you can hear the clapping. They're hoping this offensive set turns into a basket for them. They're in much need of it. Although Bertan's a rare fumble, straight into the hands of Fajardo. He kicks ahead to Tamayo, stepping around and couldn't finish it off. Good hands there by Ramos, but Tima eventually saves the day for Latvia. Lomash pulls up, can't knock it down. And Tamayo caught in the crosshairs of Matus.
You see Coach Benke on the side saying, hey, come on, run our stuff, get calm. Because that 3 is not a normal Latvia 3. They get it off action, they get it off movement. They're not a one-and-done team very often because they've got people involved and they've got abilities to get to the glass.
Roland Schmitz comes back into the game for the last 42 seconds. And the captain for the Philippines, Jumpet Aquila, the heart and soul of the team, coming onto the floor. Fajardo's going to take a seat. And we've also got Calvin Oftana coming on. So a few subs for both teams. Carl Tamayo at the line, Latvia in the bonus. Carl Tamayo playing with Ryukyu in Japan at the moment. Won the B-League championship with the team. And in the Asia Cup qualifiers just scored an average of 6.5 points, so played a nice role in those qualies. But as you mentioned, with Soto sitting down, it's sort of a similar role to the last game. We talked about when Vucevic sat down, there was a chance for Cameroon to attack. Similar for Philippines, and Soto's on a chance for Latvia to attack.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've still got a foul to give as well. They don't need to sort of panic here. They do have to work hard for these 42 seconds, and you can see Soto and that coming back very quickly in the second quarter.
Lomash with some speed, and Oftana got in his way. It's better from Lomash. He took the 3 that wasn't open, I should say. It was more contested in the previous play, and this time the strong drive. Schmitz into Strolex. Back in the hands of Lomash. Oh, the play didn't work to Schmitz. Bradley went in a bit too hard.
Without the 2 bigs, they're switching everything. And that switching everything was exactly where Brownlee got. He rotated and gets into the passing lane. It's a nice job by Coach Cone to have that option. He can't just play the same way with the 2 bigs. He doesn't just go in, he comes up with a different way of dealing with it defensively, and everybody rotating, and Brownlee gets a hand in the lane, finds himself on the free throw line, and they could end up increasing the lead without the bigs on the floor.
8 points for Justin Brownlee in the game already. We spoke about him at the start of the game as our key player, playing in Indonesia at the moment. He just gets buckets wherever he shows up. A 6-time Philippines League champion, 3-time best import of the conference, in the Philippines league as well. And he gets the baskets to go. Another sub coming on for the Philippines. Brownlee will take a well-deserved rest. And Kevin Kibao gets his first look in tonight. So what can Strelnieks do now? He's provided the spark since he's come onto the court. He's got 15 seconds to work with to give Latvia some sort of momentum heading into the end of the first period. Oh, and it falls out of his hands. I've got that same reaction, my dude. I can't believe that that's happened.
But it's that same thing, the point we made earlier on. It's as opposed to what normally happens, this is very much pass, 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 pass. Pass, stop, pass, stop, pass, stop. And everybody's adjusted defensively, so there's more pressure on each passing lane. And then little mistakes will creep in.
So CJ Perez brought in for this last play.
Oh!
And he makes the three! That is the definition of instant impact from CJ Perez. The first second he's on, he lands a long-range prayer to beat the buzzer. What a start! God damn! That's the reaction I had too. What a start from this Philippines team. And CJ Perez is feeling it, as is this Gilas team. At the end of the first quarter, it is the Philippines 32, leading Latvia 16.
They've given up 32 points, Latvia. I don't know, can't remember. I would have to go back a long, long way to know that was the last time, when was the last time they did that. And if we think about how they've done it, inside, pumping it down low, we're going to get to see it on the best plays here. First play of the game, inside, and then once that happens, and then they free up the perimeter game and Brownlee gets a look. It's almost out of the coaching manual. Gets them inside, established, then you've got other options, and then just play well down the defensive end. And the fact that they went to the switching options defensively, they have a lot in the locker. If Latvia came into this game a little bit complacent, they won't be complacent right now because they have been taken out of their rhythm. They haven't got that normal flow in how they run. Everything is an effort. And it's really, really difficult to understand. You know, Coach Benke's got a hard job now because if you start a game with this mentality, it's hard to get out of that place.
Well, what a start it was for the Philippines team, and CJ Perez with the icing on the cake came on literally for that play. What a masterstroke from Coach Cohen, knew exactly what he brought this player in for. And Perez said, thank you very much. I know how to finish off the first period. And if you want to know about more action, download the Courtside 1891 app. The QR code's on your screen. And if you do scan it, you might find out about what was pretty much considered an upset in one of the other tournaments in New Zealand. That's right, New Zealand beating Croatia 90-86.
That is a massive upset, the way that Croatia have been playing. That's what this Olympic qualifying tournament does, though. It's so brutal. Every game is so important.
A good start there for Rodion Kuruc in his hometown. You know Croatia, how they played against Slovenia last night as well, so it's unbelievable result. And kudos to the New Zealand team getting the result. A long way from home, mind you, as well. Oh, and Perez nearly went 2 from 2. Good to see him still on the floor after that amazing buzzer beater in the first period. Lomash now. Latvia find themselves in unfamiliar territory here. Just passes not quite hitting the teammates, taking uncharacteristic shots without sharing it around. And ultimately, down by 17.
Again, another example. They tried to change the angle, but couldn't change it and throw it straight in. They had to stop the defense to re-establish position.
Strelnieks. Kuruc, can he go back-to-back? Too short. CJ Perez, he's the impact man. Strelnieks with the active hands, giving him some trouble. A few worried faces around the arena for Latvian fans. We've already got a sub from Coach Bunky. Janis Jolek's off the floor, and Kristus Zorniks, who made a nice start to the game, comes back in. And Soto back on the floor for Philippines. That's a big move. Jumper Taguila takes his seat.
See, Latvia won't panic. They'll still keep taking those same shots, but they're not getting him in the same rhythm. Their issue is this end. They are struggling to find a way to stop this Philippine team.
Kimbao nearly, and it ends up in the hands of Perez. Slices the defense, and Soto with the reverse dunk! Wow! Kai Soto with all the party tricks here tonight in Riga. Rodion Skuruc backing down on Kimbao. Brownlee hustles. And we see Streltic out there for the first time for Latvia. I mean, he was their leading scorer last night, so it's completely different in terms of rotations, but have a look at this. Perez, Soto with the reverse slam. The authority from the Philippines big has been enormous tonight. He's the current, he's the future, he's the everything for this team. Perez with the pace. Couldn't get the finish. And now Zorniks goes for a run of his own. Lobash and Kuruc happy to share it around. Streltic eventually gets it. And it was good D there, at the hand in his face. Kuruc couldn't quite get it to him either. Suffocating at the moment. Brownlee. Off Tana to Soto, and again, Kai Soto wins out.
That's a super pass. Just let it there for Soto to go onto the ball. Super pass, great finish.
A good D on the opposite end too from Calvin off Tana. Still in the hands of Lobash. Zorniks pulls up, knocks it down! Big time shot from Kristus Zorniks. They really needed that. Time for the Philippines now. Kimbao. He pulls up for a corner. Triple of his own! Kevin Kimbao! Because whatever you can do, I can do better.
They just cannot stop this Filipino team. Whatever they've tried defensively, they've had an answer. They're making big shots. Now, can they make big shots the whole game? And the way they're feeling at the moment, you've got to say they've got a good chance of, but it's the variation. The inside option like this, but a great defensive effort. But down here, Latvia will score. They'll get some point, they'll get some rhythm. Their biggest issue is how they can slow down and stop this Philippines offense.
So a stopping play here. I think a coach's challenge from Team Philippines. Coach Cone calling for a challenge, and the referees will come together.
Head coach challenge, out the bounds.
Let's take a listen.
Okay, we are going to review which team goes the ball goes out the bounds, okay?
No saprāt ekrānā mums ir, mēs varam atskatīt tādu, kā saka, klātesošo VIP. Jā, viss, kas ir aplaus mazliet, to ir apkārt draugi, jā?
Okay.
Meitenes saka, lūdzu, pastāv, labā, šādi, beidzot saņemās. Maleči. Ļoti labi, ļoti labs darbs. Arī jāatzīst ļoti skaista augšlūks mustāžas, ko katru ļoti skaisti, ļoti labi.
I will go. White one was the last touch. After the reverse ball is reversed, the ball goes for the blue team. Okay? Okay. 6:28, 12 seconds. 11 seconds, sorry.
Slēdziens visiem, kas ieradušies, redzēsim, ko mums pirmā mums tiesneši.
Shot clock, 11 seconds. This way. Okay.
So there you go, a good challenge by Coach Co, and they get the ball back. It's always a risk challenging this early in the game, but he was adamant.
And the great thing for him at the moment, he's got such a momentum going. If he gets another go, his percentages to score are really high. You know, he's already up 18. He could end up 21 on this possession. So the challenge is well worth it.
So a big chance here for the Philippines to extend their lead and get in the 40s, and it's only in the second period. Perez pulls up, can't make the most of the opportunity. He was ice cold when he came on, but hasn't quite hit the same rhythm since. I mean, it's hard to follow up a shot like that, mind you.
It's one of those scenarios. He had the open mid-range, so he decided to put it on the floor. Take the one with your feet set.
So Latvia down 21-39. Home crowd trying to spur them on and inject some energy into this team. But again, it gets turned over. Just passing over the blue bodies didn't work out for them. Kimbale kicks it out to Perez, steps back, and it was well short. And Kuruc makes them punishes them on the other end. A good fast break there from Rodion Kuruc. They're gonna need a lot more of that. He's had a good night so far, 7 points, 3 from 6 from the field. Justin Brownlee, and again, Kuruc comes in. Schmitz couldn't make it. Wow. He's gonna have another go. Bertard's on the floor. Zorniks. Streltic finds himself open and gets himself a bucket. A big bucket from three-point range for Artur Streltic. Timeout called. Coach Cohen wants to talk it over with his team. Because Latvia have got a bit of momentum now off that Kuruc steal. And then Zorniks kicking it out to Streltic. Nails the triple. The fans are happy. Can this be the turning point for Latvia? Let's listen to Coach Cohen.
Position of the ball. You're taking 2 terrible shots. This is too important, bro. Too important. I'm gonna trust you out there. I'm gonna trust you to make decisions out there.
It's a nice timeout because he just got into them being accountable for what they're doing. There are times you have to tell people they're doing things wrong or a terrible shot, but he ended up saying he trusts them to make the decisions, be accountable to each other. He's gone back big, which is obviously the right thing to do because that starting lineup was good. But you saw in the last possession, their energy level just dipped a little bit on offense, and then Latvia's relentless defense comes up with a couple of steals. They have to play at a level. If they dip, Latvia will get right back in this.
And the big final word there was don't let the crowd get into it, and that's exactly what they're doing. Newsom for the Philippines. Ramos. Guarded by Bertards. He's gonna lose it here. They scramble. And again, that suffocating defense, a bit physical now. And if you don't want the crowd to get into it, this is not the way to do it.
Exactly. That's such a good point. It's a shot clock violation anyway.
Or is it? They're conferring together now.
I think one of them is called a held ball, but I think the shot clock violation has happened.
I agree. Well, they're the main guys out there. They'll tell us what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So coming out of the timeout where coach wanted to not let the momentum keep going, Latvia get a stop. Now have a chance to keep building on that, make this a single-digit game. And it's about Philippines now. They haven't been challenged in the game now. They've got to get back to that execution level they had in the first half. You have to do it for 40 against Latvia, because they will. And it all of a sudden looks more in flow with people passing and moving.
Kuruc has played a big part in this, and he gets fouled.
And there's that difference, the pass, catch and play it off the catch. Because all the Philippines were doing was reacting to where the ball had gone, not trying to stop it going to a particular spot there. You go back to the one or two of the steals where they shot the passing lane. Everyone just played flat and allowed the catch, and Kuruc just got it and went. Draws the foul on the free throw line. We could be looking at an 11-point game, and won't be surprised if Coach Benke goes up the floor a little bit here, just to, not too much. He doesn't want to give anything easy, just to keep them under the pressure.
So Kuruc coming off 3 points and 2 rebounds against Georgia. He's already up to 7 points for the night. The equal leading scorer on the floor for Latvia alongside Zodic. And now he's got the mantle. 9 points now for Kuruc.
Just a little bit of soft full court pressure just to keep the Philippines out of that rhythm.
Newsom looking for Soto. Steps back on his own. Fell short. And here we go, the crowd rising. Kuruc with pace. And again, they get fouled on the way in. Matus this time will head to the free throw line. And it's not the traditional way of shooting and scoring, but getting to the line is another good alternative to get themselves back in the game.
It's like watching a complete reversal. Now Latvia are the team with the momentum, playing that step quicker. The defense down the last time, they switched, they hedged really hard. And you saw Newsom then had to make a play. He couldn't then give it inside or create anything for his teammate. He had to make a tough one. They got the rebound, they're still on that roll now. This is going to be a single-digit game if he makes the free throw.
All the anticipation around the arena. Matus, and he misses, but Streltic, a great rebound. Oh, the putback was short. Wow. Can you believe it? A chance for Brownlee now. Wow. It's not often you see that. We're a bit shell-shocked here.
And it's a massive, that had gone back, and it's the momentum of that would just carry it on. They've got a chance now, the Philippines, after the foul, to get it in, get a shot they want, maybe just re-establish a little bit of control of the tempo. The starters are all back in for the Philippines, but it doesn't look like the same 5 guys. And that's all about the relentless nature of the way that Latvia play this game.
Let's see if the Philippines can provide a response here. Latvia outscored them 13-7 in this period. Brownlee, the leading scorer on the floor, pulls up. And Streltic could grab the rebound and push the pace on the opposite end. Chavas and Bertans. Zodic. Driving. It just falls out of his hands, and Ramos has only got Brownlee ahead of him. He uses it perfectly, and Brownlee with the slam to finish it all off. Let's not understate the dime as well in that play. A nice response from the Philippines. Good active hands in the defense, and Ramos dishes it. Brownlee finishes it. All class from Justin Brownlee. 12 points for the game already. And Luka Bunking can't do much about that. Let's take a listen to him.
Viņam ir jādodas jau tagad uzreiz uz 102. sektora pieeju, jo tur jūs sagaidīs kādu, kā saka, brīvprātīgajiem, ka mēs skatām noķert reklam, jā, tātad zīmenīgi uz 102. sektoru. Dodamies, lai varētu piedalīties konkursā, kurš sāksies uzreiz pēc šīs ceturtdaļas fināla svilpas. Dodamies tagad 102. sektors. Jā, arī šeit, kas no šīs puses. To mēs redzam dalībnieks jādodas ceļā. 102.
Oh, not the biscuit! Oh, but the fans, it's really important that they get involved in this game for Latvia. We saw Coach Cohen say it in the other timeout. We saw that reaction from that fan after the shot, but it's great to see so many fans packed out in the stands. It's obviously heavily Latvia, but so many Philippines fans, they seem to travel everywhere their team goes, they're there.
From wherever they're coming, they're here. It's like, the margins are so tight, aren't they? The missed putback, Zurich's had an open shooter in the corner, decided to try and force it. Could have been a different game, now they've got to do it all again.
Kuruc with a deep triple. Ramos with the safe rebound. Has eyes on Newsom, but now has to stop at prop. Eventually gets Chris Newsom to Brownlee. Goes on his own, met by Chavas. Soto goes in and pops it back in.
And plays hard, you know, he's not that young man anymore, he's a fully grown man, he plays hard, great follow, great offensive work on the glass.
Bertans finds himself free, and he's always going to knock those ones down. Davis Bertans lethal from three-point range. What could Brownlee do with ball in hand? His team leading by 11. Fajardo, a great move on Chavas.
Well, he's a veteran now, Fajardo. He's had multiple world championships spots in the Philippines. Seen a lot of changes in this roster, but he's as effective as he's ever been.
Bertans goes back to back. Putting the team on his back. Davis Bertans, the captain, puts the back within 10. Soto to Newsom and now Fajardo. Hasn't missed yet, Fajardo dishes it to Brownlee, and that was a bit too light on the shot. It gives Charltic a chance to transition on the opposite end. And still with Latvia here. Zornix. Kudic still has it. Soto confronted Bertans. It was a beautiful shot here from Davis Bertans. And then he thought, yeah, I'll have another one. Back to back for the Latvian captain. And Coach Cohen not loving what he sees. It's so hard to stop a player of that caliber as the referees come together for a review.
The last shot. 2 or 3 points. Okay, it's obvious. He step on the line, make a shot from 2 points field. We have 2 points then, okay? Just for 2 points basket, okay? Not for you.
Tas, kur parādā, kā tā jādanco, jā? Vai ka čāls Latvijā, vai šajā? Tas ir, kā saka, palīdz testās.
So good coming together of the referees there. That's the right call in the end, and it might have come a little bit after the fact, but they've made it. 2-pointer instead of a 3 for Davis Bertans. So 45 plays 34 now, so it's back out to that 11-point lead. Still in Latvian hands. And Coach Cohen right at the top of the technical bench, still arguing his case. He's riding all the waves in the arena at the moment. Kai Soto's going to come off in the midst of all that.
Well, he's on the 2 fouls, and he's been very foul prone during the prep. So he's got the 2, he's got minute 34, finished the half without him.
Bertans, does he get revenge for the missed 3? Chavas instead gets the air 1. A big move by the big man, Klaus Chavas. Splits the defense.
Again, it's the immediate thing you mentioned earlier on. Your big man goes out, you have no real big of the same size, straight down. When have they been straight down the gut of the defense until Soto goes out? Great roll, great execution. Latvia basketball, we're at single digits with 1 to come. And after scoring 32 in the first quarter, 13 points, you said they had to make a difference at the defensive end, and they've definitely done that. They haven't been that much better at the offensive end. Better, yes, but not enormously.
It's a good offensive rebound, a chance for them to rectify that missed free throw from Chavas. Sonics now. Bertans free. And he can't get that 3 that got taken off him. Brownlee now. Just over a minute left in this opening half, and what a performance it's been for the Philippines so far. Brownlee stepping around Chavas. Too much force from Klaus Chavas.
They got the foul to give, so they can just rematch up. Get on the side, get it on the sideline, stop, get another stop. You're automatically starting to get it down to 7, to 6, to 5. And most importantly, the crowd will believe they're back in the game now.
So Chavas off with those 2 fouls, 2 points and 2 rebounds to his name. See Davis Bertans out there, Roland Schmitz into the game as well. And it's Brownlee up against Kurutz in this duel. Backing down on Rodions, and Brownlee gets the win and the foul.
Tough move. We watched Latvia in practice, and Coach Benke doesn't want it to go to the baseline in that situation. He wants it falls to the middle, and there you can see why if you have that philosophy. Had no help. I mean, that's the other issue.
So Brownlee with 14 points for the game. He's had a fantastic first half so far. Can he convert the 3-point play? He can. Silences the crowd for the time being. 50 seconds left in this opening half for Latvia to get some sort of momentum heading into halftime. It gets swatted away from Sonic's beautiful hands by Newsom. Brownlee now. Can he keep up his good form? 15 points, 5 boards. Justin Brownlee still with ball in hand. Ramos for 3. Oh my word! Bertans hits the deck under the rim.
They've called an unsportsmanlike foul, but I can't tell you on what or what. But they've definitely called an unsportsmanlike foul.
So a big call out there on the floor. Let's check out a replay here. So Ramos with the 3. Was it Aguila? Was it? We'll see here.
I
No.
think they've called it on
Bertans. Yeah, because he grabbed his neck and then Aguila to retaliate it, obviously.
Well, the wheels have come off this second quarter for Latvia in the last 30 seconds. It's re-established that 15-point lead with these 2 to come. And they'll have possession. That's a great last minute for the Philippines, especially as they protected Soto with the 2 fouls.
So Aguila with 1 more to come. Bertans takes a seat. And hey, I'm waiting for CJ Perez to come on. He hit the buzzer beater in the first period. Let's get another one. Why not? It's a beautiful first half for the Philippines. And they're going to get possession here again. 53 plays 36, a really high scoring first half, mind you, as well. 20 seconds left to make something more out of it. A big triple earlier on. Can Brownlee do it again? Oh, and this time, an offensive foul. It's starting to get pretty heated out there.
Rodion Kurucs didn't need to do what he did at all. After the call that was already made in his favor, he talked to Newsom in a very, very aggressive way, right in front of the official, who has to stop that and did a great job making the call. And they have just lost whatever control they had in this last minute. That's an 11-0 run since that in the last minute of this quarter. It was a 10-point game with the ball, and it's now an 18-point game. And it's if control and discipline is one of the things you value yourself, they've lost that, and they're feeling the pressure.
So Kurucs comes off, Bertan's on, and Kimbao can have a 13 seconds here. And the man, CJ Perez, all eyes on him.
He's very good in the last minute.
Yeah, I say that.
Good job by Coach Cohn as well. Take out Fajardo, doesn't need to risk another foul with him. Coach Cohn's done an excellent job at managing the game as well as coaching the game.
So can Latvia end it on a high note? They've had a really bad couple of minutes. Lormash stands tall. And that'll wrap things up in the first half. It's been all the Philippines. What a performance from the visitors. They've been able to silence the home crowd at the end of the first half. And at the end of the first half, it is Philippines 54, leading Latvia 38. Well, the game stats will paint a blue picture for us. It's been all the Philippines. They have dominated this game so far.
Oh, they've dominated, yes, but it was all going Latvia's way in that second quarter until that last minute. But all the important stats, it might only be by one rebound, it might only be by one assist, but everything favors the Philippines, including their percentages as well. Brownlee, as we thought he would be in Soto, key players have scored the points that they need to do. And the best plays of that second quarter, I thought we were going to see White coming back into it. Marashaboni, the 1 point after his great performance, but Brownlee, 5 from 11 from the floor, 16 points. He's come up with a couple of steals as well. Whatever coach wanted out of his key players on the Philippines, like they have got that. Whatever Luka Banki wanted it, they haven't. And I have to say, from the outside, it looks like they were a little bit complacent at the beginning of the game. And they're paying for it right now.
Well, they had a really good start to the second term, as you mentioned. In the end, it was 22 points apiece.
Yeah.
But, you know, all the talk is about the Philippines. You know, we got recency bias, I suppose, because they came up late. And that was a challenge for them. We thought, oh, here we go. Latvia's going to come over the top. They're going to get the home crowd involved. This is going to be it. But to Philippines' credit, they stayed with it. And look at some of these shots. Look at Soto. I mean, he's been such a spark for them. It's been really great to see their energy coming out to the floor tonight and just silencing the home crowd too.
Absolutely, absolutely. But we said as well that they had good prep, they just hadn't won. They were good in Poland, Poland are good. They were good in Turkey. Again, so they had played tough teams in prep. Probably better prep than some of the other teams have had here. And what defensively, it literally took Latvia a whole quarter to get to some sort of level of getting defensive stops. But they have reduced the 32 to 22. They have found a way to really make it hard for them to score. And then they lost that control in the last minute. So Latvia in that locker room will be saying, we found a way. We just have to do it for the whole of the second half. Both teams should score in a hurry, so this is not done by any means. But hey, there's a story brewing right now. Everyone was counting Latvia as winning the group. Philippines win this, the whole group changes. There's all sorts of permutations. Second half's going to be huge.
Absolutely. Do not go anywhere. More action on the other side of this. It's Philippines leading Latvia by 16.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Strong rebound. Navis driving up the floor, and it's going to be a finish by Kuzminskis.
Kuzminskas.
24-9 already in this second period, and it's in the hands of Lomash. Manis throws it down.
Tough guard for Azam on the other end as Belly punches it home.
We're going to see him again here, flush it. Athletic finish from Caboclo. It's been the flavor of his game so far.
Well, the fine eights in the post goes in. Oh my goodness! DeAndre Ayton, are you kidding me?
And now Shardish looks up the floor. And there's Zubac for the dunk. And boy, Croatia. Beautiful drop off by Hazonia. Here's a lob. And that's how it started. So we thought from Slovenia it was going to be better, isn't it?
Spellman will go from the half court. Oh my goodness! Omari Spellman just reminds the crowd. Spellman from downtown. I know someone else who made that shot yesterday, but Spellman right at the end of the first quarter.
And Nunez goes down and throws it down right on top of Arabi. And look at Tay Garcia. You want some more of that?
And now here come the Bahamas. Finds Edgecombe, goes in. Oh my goodness! This man is only 18 years old. And even Michael Thompson is up on his feet. Well, Baylor, you better get ready.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Welcome back to Riga for this action-packed Olympic qualifying tournament game between Latvia and the Philippines. The Philippines leading Latvia by 16 points at halftime. I'm Julia Montesano and Mark Clark. We're looking at the highlights of Justin Brownlee. He's Philippines' top scorer with 16 points and 5 rebounds. He's a difference maker.
Well, so often we've been in these situations and we talk players up, we hype up their performances coming in, and they're still good players, but they don't really deliver that game-changing performance. He has looked, and not just his points, when they needed to calm down, keep it a little bit, when he needed to make a pass. He's had a very, very complete first half. Look at his shot. He hasn't overshot the basketball. He's shooting things at a good clip. Didn't really force too many shots. Down the other end, he's got a couple of steals as well. And so when your main guy is playing at both ends, everybody plays at both ends.
Well, for Latvia, it's Rodion Skuducus performed solidly so far with the 9 points. A disappointing way to end the third period for him with that foul, but he's performed solidly and trying to lead the way for this Latvian team.
And that's why it was disappointing for me, because you're looking around at that Latvian team, and until Darius Berton started to make the threes, Kuritz was the only guy that was consistently stepping up. Roland Smits was struggling to finish, Klavars was finish, Maris was all struggling to finish, but Kuritz was coming up, and then all of a sudden he lost it, comes up with a foul that he didn't need to. Luka Bunky will get those guys focused in the locker room, and they need Kuritz to continue to do that, and a few other guys need to join in, because Latvia are up against this right now. They do not want to have a loss, especially a reasonably big loss, which could hurt them going forward.
54 plays 38 at the moment. Philippines team getting ready to come back out now. I think Coach Code will be incredibly happy. I mean, there's not much else he could have said to the team at halftime other than keep it going.
And also, he's got to have said, why did we do so well? We shared it, we didn't take bad shots. As he said in that timeout to Perez, you've just taken 2 really bad shots.
Yeah.
And he's not actually being critical in the straightforward way. He's basically saying to him, can you get a better shot? You can get better shots. We've been getting better shots. That's what we have to keep doing. And then they weren't as fluid as they were in the first quarter because Latvia were playing better defense, but they reestablished some control. And that's, sometimes people forget it's not about all the technical things. Sometimes it's about just managing guys. At this level, that's so important. And I do have to say the thing we said a little bit of it. I do think Latvia have taken this a little bit lightly. There were a lot of Coach Banky had picked it up very quickly, went to look for different combinations very quickly. But when you start with that mentality, it's really hard to break out of it. You need hard time sometimes to re-establish yourself, and that's what I hope for Latvians that have filled this arena. That's what I hope they've done. But it's going to take a big effort to come back from 16 down against a team playing this well. Just do the maths. It's, if they score 30 points in this second half, that means that they've got to get 46, 47 to win the game. That's going to be tough. So this is going to challenge that Latvian story, that great story they've been on. This will be another chapter if they come back and win this.
Absolutely right. We see Kuduc leading the way in 2 of 3 of their key stats, points and rebounds. Strolek had a bit of an impact when he came into the game, but just couldn't find enough of it. And it was 2 sort of different styles of play. Obviously, Philippines, they went with their starters for most of the game. Didn't really look to their bench that much. Luka Bunky still going with the rotation, still trying to keep his players fresh. We'll just see which one works, which tactic works. It's a really interesting second half coming up. We saw, the other Oki team, New Zealand beating Croatia. Anything can happen.
We've said, haven't we all along, it's a brutal competition. Often in championship play, you have a number of rounds. You can look and just make sure you get through. You've got to win here. You have got to win on Sunday. To get to Sunday, you've got to make the semi. Crazy as it may sound, after that big win last night over Georgia, the points difference may save Latvia, and I didn't think I'd be saying that, because Georgia could come out tomorrow and beat the Philippines. It's just it's a brutal format. As you just said, New Zealand beat Croatia after Croatia had beaten Slovenia.
It's crazy.
So Croatia's now got their points difference again. They'll be sitting there going, well, we think we're going to be all right, because there's probably no way they could not make the semi. Are they going to beat themselves? first place or second place. They won't want to play Greece in the semi-final.
No.
So I love this format for absolute cutthroat tournament play. Is horrible if you're involved, great if you're in our seat.
And you know, I don't think it's tougher for whoever makes it to the actual Olympics. Guess who's in their group? France, Germany, Japan. I mean, that's a pretty tough task. You can't think too far ahead, of course, but it's brutal. It continues to be the way.
And for that, this is why the basketball tournament at the Olympics is there's only 12 teams in it. It's so brutal as well, because if you're Germany and France, well, look how tough they found it against Latvia. And Japan are on a real upward curve. So it's like, it's a horrible scenario in terms of trying to look out and work out. No, you just have to go win games. And there's not many tournaments in national team basketball where that's the only equation. People get into all sorts of things. Now this is about, Cone has to win the game. If he wins the game, he's in control of what happens.
Let's take a listen to what he's thinking.
If we have to two-pass to Dwight, Dwight gets to Jude, and then smash. All right? Okay? See if we can do that. Handle the pressure. Offense, we go Durasanos. Okay? Durasanos, use the screens. Okay? Come on.
One note of caution for Philippine fans here. In both of their prep games, the opponent has had big runs against him in the second half. They lost the game against Poland, not at the end when they came back from double digits down. They made they scored the 8 last points of the game. And they dug themselves a hole. Well, they won't dig themselves a hole here, but they could let Latvia back into the game too quickly if they have another one of those periods where they give up points.
Welcome back to Arena Riga in Latvia. The second half tipping off in front of a sold-out house. It's the Philippines, though, spoiling the party, leading at 54-38. Can they keep their good run going, or can Latvia battle it out and book their ticket to the semi-finals in their hometown? Brownlee, he's been the man so far. He's hit the deck already.
Yeah, heads up. He knew he was going to get fouled, so he just threw up what was not really a shot, but was a shot, and should go to the free throw line. Again, they had him in the corner. They didn't need to go for too much, and Luka Manki's trying to make the point that he's probably making a point now. Well, you didn't call that yesterday. What, you know, there was just body. It's everyone's playing defense. It's exactly the point he would want if the roles were reversed, but. And the other thing he's going to do, the whole is going to try and keep the emotional intensity high, and he's very, very good at that.
So it means Bertans has 3 fouls. And it means Brownlee's got himself up to 17. Make that 18.
He's got a very, very sweet stroke. It's any kids watching the game, just watch the form that he has.
Davis Bertans. He hasn't had too much impact on this game.
Well, he took the 1 field goal attempt in his period on the floor. It was his defense that started that little revival that Latvia had when he took Soto. That's not the norm. He's normally out there to score. So he's on the free throw line, the ideal place to get your rhythm going. And we talked about points in a hurry. If Davis Bertans is on the floor, he can literally put 9, 12 points on you in no time whatsoever.
I mean, we saw it last night with him, Davis Bertans, the 9 points, 3 from 6 from three-point range, and all 3 of those three-pointers, I should say, came in quick succession.
Yeah. He's normally also, I'm going to curse him here, really solid free throw shooting.
Yes, good.
Way over 85%, so.
Trustworthy at the line, but Latvia is still down by 16. Soto.
He's got to play him harder off the ball. He's got to, like he did in the first half when he came in, he denied that pass. He didn't let him catch it and then try. He's almost got to play harder on the pass than he does when he has the ball. Just got caught on his heels. I don't think he was expecting him to pop.
He's right with Soto again. Newsom looking for him. Soto rolls. Here's his opportunity. Kai Soto. And Bertans says no, not in my house. Not this time.
Made it so much harder for him to catch the ball on that one. 0.7 of a second. You missed the point where it just really made it hard for him to catch on the replay.
Catch and shoot coming up for Brownlee. Can't make it count.
And that's how Coach Benke would have talked about this in the locker room. One possession at a time. Get a stop, then go down the floor. Let's not worry about the margin. Play the current possession, get a stop, go down the floor, get a good shot. Get a stop the next time. One possession at a time, Latvia can get back in this.
Lomas sets his feet. And Fajardo claims the rebound.
Just love the way Fajardo's playing. He's been on this team for a long time. This, as I said before, so active.
He's calling for it again here. And it went out of bounds. Oh, and Bertans just holding his shoulder there.
Going to call the offensive foul. He cleared him out. The referee, Bertans was really hard on the passing lane, this time with Fajardo. And Fajardo just got the elbow up, shoulder high, just to try and seal his space. There you go, like, there. Just extends it out. Once you extend it out, the official has to call that. But it's all about Bertans playing hard on the passing lane. You know, he's a small forward. It doesn't matter how big he is. He's not used to banging around with that much size in the post. Doing a great job.
Push away, not the hit towards the head. Okay, we stay with the normal foul, okay? Normal foul, 15.
So a good one to check over. We saw Bertans in a bit of pain there, holding his neck. But a normal foul is being called in the end. So just a Latvia ball from the sideline. It'll be in the hands of Lomas. 40 plays 56. Crowd trying to inject some energy into the team. Bertans, oh, a dive to Lomas. He gets it back. Oh, that would have been special.
I think 7 or whatever it is, 1,000 people here with a few Filipinos would have been all over that three.
Ramos, a clever move, couldn't finish it off. He's got the rebound. Soto, a 3 attempt from him. Oh. It's good! Kai Soto doing it from everywhere. Lomas now to Schmitz. Gets it back. Roland Schmitz gets one up the opposite end.
He just has to take that because they're just gapping Schmitz. Fajardo is just holding the keyway. Schmitz has got to back himself, did that time and made it.
Ramos.
Oh.
Nice shot. Players hitting the floor everywhere.
This Filipino lineup has so many people who are just in their A-game level with the way they're finishing.
Rehads Lomas. Schmitz for back-to-back triples. Not this time.
And if you are the Philippines, you'll take that because Schmitz is a solid three-point shooter. He's not normally someone who's going to make 3 after 3 after 3. So pick your poison. He made one. Statistically, is he going to make the next one? You just back that decision.
Soto thought about another triple. Brownlee's with right with him, and Soto gets back-to-back buckets. Excellent work from Kai Soto. He's got himself up to 16 points. And you can see the difference with the points in the paint, 32 to 14. Soto and Fajardo have worked really well together. Davis Bertans, he joins a three-point party. Newsom now. Done a great job as the point guard of this team so far. Crossing over Smits. Sent Kuduk's flying. Not the call he wanted. And clearly not the call the crowd wanted. So Lormash defending him here. Ooh, a tough call. Tough call.
It's definitely a tough call in the context of the game.
Yeah.
In terms of that physicality. The contact was on his torso, but he was, with the benefit of the slow-mo replay, he was moving, but
yeah.
And he had an effect on the shot, so the official has to, you know, we're not referees, as we keep saying. But what you got to look like about it is that Chris Newsom didn't settle, was aggressive on the penetration, forced the defense into the situation where they had to guard the penetration. And at the minute, the decisions that the Philippines are making are just so good.
8 points now for Newsom. Brownlee and Soto, the ones in double digits for Philippines. Lormash, can he get some redemption on the offensive end? Natus Bertans now. His brother rebounds and can't put it back. These brothers have been the heart and soul of this team for so long, and it seems like they're going to have to be the ones to try and bring him back from the brink. As you can see on the bench, Arthur Chagas, we haven't seen him tonight.
Well, it was
similar role to Zordix last night.
And that's what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
You're not in the rotation tonight.
We know he had that knee injury recently, so perhaps a bit of precaution involved as well, but ultimately not in the lineup, it seems. Soto!
Tough move.
Yeah.
Really solid first step. Really broke the defense down. Got him so deep that made if he was going to try and block it, it made it almost inevitable that it was going to be a basket interference. But it was the aggression on the move, the first step. It's just keep that check on that, the momentum in the scoreboard, not the scoreboard itself.
So the crowd really starting to get a bit edgy now around the arena.
I mean, the other part of this equation is we're talking about Latvia coming back. If they get beat big, it could be a difficult situation for them to, well, although they won so big yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, the Georgia game tomorrow becomes pretty crucial if it stays the way it is. Understatement, of course, but you know, it's just... Ramos crossing over Bertans. Oh, and banks it in. That is a tough shot from Dwight Ramos. Everything is falling in their favor.
Banks is supposed to be shot, right?
Yeah. It's different here, man. Different place.
No rhythm at all again for Latvia. It's a bit one and done.
Brownlee, happy to take some time. He thought about it for a long time. He got his own rebound. Can he go for a third go? No. Ramos. Wow, Philippines get a third go at it in the offense. Fajardo still with it. 5 seconds for him to work with. He just puts up the shot. And Latvia breathe a sigh of relief. Lormash, he thinks about it. Newsom happy to claim the rebound. So halfway through the third period, it's still Philippines with a commanding lead, 67 to 48, 69 to 48 now. Fajardo in on the action. And the Philippines have kept on their roll. And Junmar Fajardo, he's playing a fantastic game, getting all the right looks under the rim. And he gives his team a really handy buffer. 69 plays 48. We're going to head into the Latvia timeout.
Well, you heard what Coach Bunky was pleading with his team to do in terms of trying to speed up what they do, trying to be more aggressive, and that really does sum it up because they have been, by their standards, very slow offensively. The ball sticks. Now there is some credit to be given to the Philippine defense because one pass away, they're playing really well. And they're not being aggressive. They're allowing the Philippines, like they did in the first quarter, to make the passes they want to make. But as we said, it's so hard. If you start with a mentality that says this is not going to be tough, to break out of it is really difficult.
Just saw Ramos up to 7 points and 5 rebounds. Kuruc can't respond. And Newsom thought about applying the pressure, instead finds Soto in the corner. Uses Fajardo again. They've been working brilliantly together, these two. And Brownlee flies in.
So the cut was superb, the pass, excellent. But they allowed him to stay in the post, wait for cuts. Someone's going to get open. They didn't force him to do anything with the ball apart from stand there and wait for a pass.
20-piece confirmed for Brownlee now. He's having a great night. Schmitz, on the other hand, had such a fantastic night last night, and they just haven't been dropping for him tonight.
And Coach Benke in the last time out talked about rhythm, and that's what that's about. They're not in that same place. They're trying to score as opposed to just letting it happen, and that's where they are mentally. And again, the credit that the Philippines, forget their offense has been great, but their defensive effort has been excellent.
Kuruc with it. Oh, and he stepped on the baseline. Soto with excellent defense.
And when was the last time you saw a Latvian team make a pass, wait, and then try and put the ball on the floor where there's no advantage? Since they've come out of the timeout, just a single screen, one pass and a shot, no rebounders. Schmitz has missed from like close in, and then they've stepped out of bounds. No change, there's no reaction. They're waiting for that spark. I'm not sure where it's going to come from.
Spark for the Philippines has been Justin Brownlee. He's given it off to Fajardo this time. Brownlee gets it back. Kicks it to Ramos. He's starting to make some shots, and he makes the tough triple.
Wow.
He's been deadly tonight, Dwight Ramos, making really tough shots all night. He's had to fight for his 10 points, mind you. Made 2 from 2 from 3-point range. And they might look to him again here. Justin Brownlee brings the ball down. They've played a heap of minutes, these starters, but they're working so well together. Fajardo. Travel. Unfortunate.
It's the same problem. Coach Benke's pleading with his team. They allowed Brownlee to stand there on the dribble, all soft, wait for a cut. Fajardo goes baseline, gives him the ball. Okay, he traveled. That never happens in the World Cup. They never let anyone settle with the ball at all. Is it a negative for them or a positive for the Philippines? Just say it's a positive for the way the Philippines are playing.
Oh, that's a good swing of momentum there for Stronix, perhaps. Can he start something with that shot? And he was the one that came off the bench. I think it was in the second period and provided that spark. He might need to try and do it again. They need something. Time's up against them now. 2.5 minutes and then another quarter to play. 74 plays 50. I mean, it's massive.
Yeah, the match was bad at half-time. It's really bad right now.
Yeah. And I can't believe I'm reading this, but already in the third term, 20 points to 12, Philippines have outscored Latvia. The scoring power has been immense, like a flurry of scores. I mean, I thought they were going well, but 20 points, that's unbelievable. Still 2.5 minutes left.
Yep.
It's in the right hands, Brownlee to Newsom. Tamayo out there in place of Soto. He's having a well-deserved rest. The shot from him falls short. Stronix now. Zonix. Crowd getting behind them. Still in the hands of Janis Strelnieks, just pulls back from the elbow. And Ramos can collect it. He'll use his speed. He'll find Newsom. Tamayo's getting involved. Good hands there by Bertans. It always looked that it was going to be that way. Streltic met heavily by Tamayo. He'll go to the line.
That's a great play by Tamayo. There's no way that the Philippines are ever going to want to get anything easy for Latvia coming back. And a genuine attempt to block it, but whatever happened, he wasn't letting that happen. And that's really underlines their approach all the way through this game. That little bit of momentum on the steal, swiped away with the block. They've got to make it from the free throw line. We'll just get back and carry on where we were.
We see the captain come in, jump with the Guilla for the Philippines. Streltic at the line, 18 points, 100% from the field last night. This would be just his 4th point. It's completely different story to what we saw last night. We've seen Chagas again on the bench, as we spoke about a bit earlier, unlikely to come on. It's very different to what we saw last night against Georgia. So Newsom to Ramos, 1.5 minutes left. Ramos getting to work on Zordics. Still with Dwight Ramos. What's he thinking? Oh, he loses it. Streltic now wants to take full advantage. Again, he's met heavily, and again, he's going to get to the line.
I'm not sure about that one. That was a little bit more interesting an attempt to a block. Referees are happy, so.
Here's the replay. There were hands by Tamayo before, and then, yeah. So it's Newsom's 4th foul. He's going to have to sit. 1 minute left in the 3rd period. If he's wanting to stay out there for now. Referee still talking it over.
I think he's just trying to make sure he got the right guy who called for the foul.
So there you go. They gave it to Aguilar in the end. Probably the right call. So Newsom remains in the 3 fouls. He'll still head to the bench, and Perez will come on in his place.
So expect the half-court shot.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's finish the 3rd like we finished the 1st.
Yeah. I mean, they provided the fireworks already. Why not add another one? It's been good from Streltic. He's got to the line back-to-back times. We just needed it a bit earlier from him.
Yep.
That attack, that drive, that want. And it leaves Philippines a minute to extend their 20-point lead here at Arena Riga in front of the Latvian contingent here. Bertans gets it Aguilar's way. He's been the positive for them, Davis Bertans.
Yeah. But more so at the defensive end than the offensive end, which is not how we normally talk about him. But he'll do whatever it takes. Got to make these free throws. If they get another stop and they score again, that'll give them something to get into that hard time, into end of quarter break huddle. Losing the quarter was not on their hard time agenda conversation. They said we just have to win the quarter regardless.
So Davis Bertans at the line. And there's still hope if he's there making the first shot. So Kristaps Porzingis' brother's in the house, actually, so we might not have got Porzingis, but hey, we got some part of the family.
what they wouldn't give.
I know.
Porzingis to be in a white uniform right now.
Throw his brother out there, why not?
Kid him up, kid him up.
I mean, like, no Porzingis, but also we spoke about this in the previous game, no Grizzoulis as well. That's a big out too.
Big, big loss in a game like this.
What they'd give to have those two back in there. For the Philippines, they've got all the weapons out on the floor at the moment. Ramos with the offensive rebound. Perez, can he do it again? Absolutely he can! CJ Perez coming in clutch.
Hey, he only makes shots in the last minute. That's all it is.
6 points, and all 6 of those points have come in about a minute, exactly.
Well, when he had more time, he took bad shots, his coach told him.
Yeah. Streltic from the corner. Brownlee can carry it out. And the Philippines have come out and kept their good streak going out of the halftime break, outscoring Latvia 23-16 to lead at the end of the third quarter, 77, Latvia 56. And the game stats will show just how good Philippines have been shooting. I mean, 62% from three-point range. That's the stuff of dreams. What an unbelievable clip.
And it's not as if they've come down and taken a load of threes either. It's just, we could talk forever about those numbers. It's just a wow of a performance. You're going to look at the best plays in the third quarter, and most of them are going to be the guys in blue, because they outworked, and if Soto's making the three, I think you said in commentary, it's just whatever they throw up is going in, and there was a period where it was. But I just love the way that their defense has slowed Latvia down, keeping Latvia to 56 points. Hey, that's just, their defense is almost the most impressive thing out here. They have stopped the flow of one of the most productive offenses in world basketball.
And meanwhile, themselves continuing on their offensive way. I mean, 77 points at the end of the third period. Unbelievable.
But like you just saw that three that they made from the corner that Ramos made. If they're making threes for fun, you know, it's just, and that sums up. It's a horrible feeling for that young boy. But that is, those two pictures are how Latvia, the country, is feeling right now.
QR code on your screen sends you to the App Store to get the Courtside 1891 app. You can catch up with all the news and highlights, not just from this tournament, but from around the world. As we head into the final days of the Olympic qualified tournament round robin editions. Of course, semi-finals and the grand final to come in each of the 4 Olympic qualified tournaments. One more set of games to come tomorrow here in Riga. Cameroon and Brazil. And then Georgia and the Philippines. 2 big games to determine who gets a step closer to Paris. As the fourth quarter tips off here at Arena Riga, it's the Philippines leading Latvia by 21 points. A clinical performance from Team Gilas so far. Zodik, Schmitz, Kuruc, Tima, and Strelnick's on the floor. Giannis Tima loves a deep three. That's the start they would have wanted.
But the only way to get back in the game is at this end. They've got to get stops. I'm not sure they're going to be capable of getting enough, but they've got to start one possession at a time.
Perez, Brownlee, Tamayo. Oh, here's a stop. Kuruc converts! Well, this game's got some kick in it, perhaps.
But they don't need to foul at three-quarter court. And it almost stops all that momentum.
I can't really fathom what he's done there, really. Like,
the only way, he's just made a bad decision.
but Timmer, he made a lovely one. He loves that race, top of the three-point line. He called back nearly every day of the week for him. Third foul for Kuruc confirmed.
Soto's back in the game. It's only Fajardo to come back to get the starters back in.
Says that won't take very long either. Tamayo. To Ramos. Five seconds to work with on the shot clock now for Dwight Ramos. Puts up the three, and that one doesn't get knocked down this time.
If that had gone down, we could we maybe just need to put it in the book.
Yeah. Take the headset off, game over, I mean. But take a look at this. Latvia are right back in it. The crowd are back in it. Zornics with ball in hand. Schmitz. Zornics. Schmitz thought about the three.
Should have taken it.
Yeah. They got 4 seconds now. Zornics.
Because they end up with a bad three.
Credit to the Philippines defense there. And very un-Latvian-like. Just 2 players touching it in that set. Oh, there's going to be a foul called. Very interesting call.
Coach Banky's got to be a little careful here.
Yeah. Challenge it if you're angry, but don't go wild.
Just because it's late does not make it wrong.
Yeah.
Although, I'm not sure. But Coach Banky's just got to brush himself down and get up. He doesn't need a technical right now because they've got a little bit of momentum in the game.
Kudus with the 4 fouls. He's staying out there for the time being. Soto at the line.
So impressed with Soto today. So impressed. Just the maturity of the performance as much as anything. He's still only 22. I mean, you'll know him well because he's had that time in Australia.
Yeah, played against heaps of big bodies there. 2-time NBL Fans MVP when he was at the Adelaide 36ers. So both these seasons, the fans loved him. Packed out arenas on his own. I mean, it was such a spectacle.
Easy to see why fans would love him.
Yeah. And of course, the Aussies naturally warmed up to him as well. And Latvia probably not so much here tonight, but people love watching him. Zornics. That's a clutch shot!
The only downside is they're taking a long time to get shots. I don't want them to rush, but they're taking a long time, and it's the only thing that sometimes the Philippines, they don't just want to take time here. They've got to remember to try and keep scoring.
Off Tana into the game, spinning around Zornics. He can't make the tough basket, and Zunitz is off and running against Bradley, shoves him out of the way. Wow! Rodion Zunitz puts the arm out. I wasn't sure what way that was going to go, but he gets the 2 points. He's got the one to come. Rodion Zunitz. He gets the crowd on their feet. 79 plays 66, Latvia on a roll, 10-2 so far in this 4th period, they believe. Kudus converts. 16 points. He's so important to stay out there. He's on those 4 fouls, as we know. Fajardo back on the floor for the Philippines. That's an important sub. Bradley, another air ball. What is happening here? And the shot doesn't go up for Newsom. Zornics, Kudus, Stronic sets his feet. Oh, the crowd went up with that one. I think the roof might have just blown off this place if that went in.
You can see Coach Cohn on the side. He's going to take his time out. He would have had to have taken it if it had made it.
Yeah.
I think he still needs to take it, and he's done. He's got all 3 to use. Take one now. Try and take the air out of the arena a little bit. But they've stopped doing anything down the offensive end. They are just almost trying to run the game down And 6:40 is too long for that. Against a team that can score. They'd have made that three, we were in a 9-point game with 6:40 to go. You cannot just start to protect what you have. You've got to protect what you have by doing what you've been doing.
It's got to be a part of the bus bars about it. I mean, you've got to keep attacking. You've got to keep playing the way that's got you here. I mean, it's a really crucial timeout for him.
First part of the game that Newsom in that time looked for a foul as opposed to trying to make the shot, and if he was fouled, Brownlee took an air ball, and he's been looking great. They've had the ball taken away because they're standing still, just trying to use the clock. And that will really, and the same thing applies. Once you start doing that, it's very hard to get back into the same rhythm. Soto's the man here that they could just try and milk him a little bit on the inside, try and get him a little bit of an advantage, and then let him finish close to the ring, because they still have the size issue of trying to guard him, and to a lesser extent Fajardo.
So a big few minutes coming up here out of the timeout. How does each team respond? Can Latvia keep up their run? Can the Philippines bounce back? They have been the better team for 3 periods. They've outplayed Latvia to this point, but Latvia coming back with a vengeance. The game is never over for this team. We saw that fighting spirit in the World Cup. They're continuing it here in front of their home fans. They've got 6 minutes 40 to work with. The Philippines have 6 minutes 40 to save it. They wanted the offensive foul there.
And they wanted the 8-second call, which I think they should have got.
Yeah. Fajardo and Brownlee share it around. Brownlee goes baseline, dishes it to Newsom. And Zonix claims the rebound. They can go to single digits here. Timmer. Shot got blocked on the way through. Came off a foot.
Brownlee's struggling a little bit after the last penetration. You see him limping on the far side. He's not going to want to come out, but he's definitely struggling. Didn't get back that time. And you're like, if you had that play again, and if you literally have got the same options that Giannis Timmer had, he'd have put it on the floor and gone strong to the hoop.
Newsom trying to dance around Zonix. Fajardo. Ramos. Flirting with that backcourt again. Again, the shot clock ticks down to 3. Dwight Ramos. Soto nearly. And now Stronix. What can he do here? Just takes his time with it. Schmitz crosses over Fajardo. It just comes out at the wrong time for him.
Oh, Newsom got a piece of it, just had a dig at it. Schmitz just won't take the 3.
Very interesting. Newsom still with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brownlee still out there. Played 32 minutes. Brownlee. But now the shots all of a sudden are starting to drop.
Just need that rhythm to come back for Latvia now.
5 minutes left in the game. 79 plays 67. Stronix! Another one drops. Another timeout. It's a 10-point game. Giannis Stronix has been superb tonight. And they're working their way back into this one, shot by shot, bucket by bucket. The Philippines have got some serious thinking to do.
Well, I'm hoping for their sake that Coach Cohn is now saying, well, why don't we just run what we were running before? We're running the same things, we're just not running it in the same way. Look, Fajardo has to catch the ball way outside the 3-point line. They're asking, they really are starting to ask the wrong questions of Brownlee, trying to create for other people. They should be creating for him like they did earlier on. And they end up, down the end of the clock, Not with Newsom with the ball, not with Brownlee with the ball. And then they're not giving anyone a look on the inside. It's like everything's become very static and slow. Try to run what you ran before at the tempo you ran. Or is it just because this five have played most of the game? Are they just trying to survive in this last 5 minutes of the game to get over the line, as opposed to trying to go win the game, because they are literally dead on their feet, and I think there's a little bit of tiredness that's there. But at the same time, this Latvian team still has to keep the rhythm high offensively, back themselves, and the only negative is Smith's not wanting to shoot the open shot. It's the only thing they're passing up. Game on.
4 minutes 52, 79 plays 69. Justin Brownlee has been immense for this Philippines team. 20 points for him in this ball game. Steps back on Timmer, that's better from Brownlee.
Timmer let him settle.
Yeah.
Didn't chase him, didn't ask him to get rid of the ball. He just stood there, and you're not penetrating, but he just let him take it.
And Smits finds a lane and finds a bucket.
Much better tempo, early shot with an option they wanted. It's still down this end though. They've got to play hard at this end.
7 points now for Smits. Brownlee the loop. The oop, I should say. It's a Soto, but it doesn't pay off. Strolniks back to 10 points. Timmer. I thought he was going to go for the three. Kicks it out. Lomash! Not quite. Good hustle by Brownlee.
Brownlee is, okay, he's scored, like his effort on top of the points he scored is phenomenal at the moment. He is taking his team on his shoulders, both ends of the floor.
And they're happy to let the shot clock tick down. Brownlee pulls up and gets the F1 on top of the triple. Justin Brownlee comes up clutch. Aguilar and Tamilo hugging on the bench. Timmer can't believe it. Brownlee is ice cold. Swish from Justin Brownlee, that the hand in his face.
Wow.
His 25th point of the game. The Philippines bench absolutely loving it. What a response out of the timeout from Justin Brownlee. One to come.
Well, we gave Timmer a hard time on the first one where he didn't play him hard. He did not play him hard on that one.
Yeah.
It's just that Brownlee, maybe let him get the ball too far up before he had his hand up, but he was on him, and in the end he fouled him. But Brownlee's just carrying now. Comes up with a steal at one end after getting the 2 and the 3, 5 points and a steal since the timeout. Wow, he's had a game.
And he converts the 4-point play. And Brownlee's going to come off. Very interesting. He's going to come for, I reckon, 30 seconds at max. Has to be. A little blow.
Well, Brownlee, maybe he'll just play him on offense and give him a blow and try and get him some way, get him some recovery time.
Naidas Bertans onto the floor. Schmitz, this time he takes the 3. Doesn't nail it. Kurutz out rebound Soto. He gets the putback.
What a rebound. Absolute phenomenal rebound by Kurutz.
12 points the margin now.
Absolutely need stops. Without Brownlee on the floor, get a stop, get it under 10.
Newsom fouled. Just quietly, I feel like Brownlee will want to stay out there. 26 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. He's on the verge of triple-double.
Oh, yeah.
And straight like that, he's going to come back on.
Yeah.
He's going to fight for that elusive stay. He's going to fight for the win again. What you predicted, Mark. It looks like defense off, offense on.
And it's almost as though Brownlee said, I'm not going to let us lose this game from this point.
Yeah.
You know, we've done too much to give ourselves a chance to win.
Fajardo's been fantastic.
Every one of these starters has had a great game.
Yeah, and can't fault anyone.
Absolutely not.
Newsom, Brownlee sets himself, then goes baseline, then gets blocked. Shot clock violation. It's very chatty tonight. Again, he's going after his opposition. Yes, yes, a bit edgy. But now time's starting to really come against the Latvian team. Philippines have fought back really nicely into this one. After a 13-2 start, it's 17-8. But Schmitz gets himself in.
That's a pass. There was no lot of space for that pass. He just found an angle. They haven't played hard on the pick and roll for this quarter, in fact.
Soto, offensive foul. Big call.
Super. Again, the defensive effort. And Currents trying, and that was Bertrand's. Again, same thing. There you go. Palm of the hand on the body. Makes it easy for the official. The official still has to call it.
Bertrand has defended Soto wonderfully this game.
Huge possession.
2 minutes left. Lomash can't get through. Beautiful defense, and guess who? Brownlee again. Bang. Get that out of here. Had Soto flying in his face as well. You think, oh, Soto's money for that block, but Brownlee at both ends is immense. 10 points the margin. Bertans, this is crucial. It falls short. How big will that be? Ramos now loses it. Sideline ball still for Philippines. Minute 46 left. Just a bit of a warning for the Philippines bench. Take a seat, boys. It's a wild ride, and it's going to continue here tonight. Newsom was looking for Brownlee. He got hit on the way through.
Wow.
Wow. Latvian ball.
This is their last chance right now. They need to score, stop, score, and then they got a chance.
That timeout's going to be called. Luca Bunky's going to draw up a play.
And it will advance it.
Yeah.
You know, so it makes the game a little longer. But they've got to score this time and then get a stop. They've got no fouls to give. They will be sending the Philippines to the free throw line on every foul.
It's crucial stages here. They have to score now, otherwise that's it. You can see in the fourth quarter, Latvia have just taken this game by the scruff of the neck. 19 points, 8 from 16 from the field. 6 from 8 from 2-point range. Philippines have only managed 8 points, but they've been big 8 points. And Brownlee's been leading the way. I think he scored 6 of them.
Oh, coming out of the timeout, absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, for Coach Cohn, he had all his timeouts to use. Took one, didn't change it, took another one. He didn't want to hang on to it. He needed to take it, and he took it. And in the end, he's got, I just need the ball in the right guy's hands. And the best way to do that is to give it to him straight away. Don't have to run anything. And the one mistake in that series was to just let him get set for that pretty easy 2. It's just been a great performance, top to bottom so far for the Philippines. They've just got to close it out right now.
So the fans, you can see them on your screens. They're getting up and about. They've liked what they've seen in this fourth period. But time really against them at the moment. It's now or never for Latvia. They lose this, it's a wait and see about whether they can make the semi-finals. Points differential comes into it. All the mathematicians out there licking their lips. McCann Schmitz score. Lomash gets the bucket. They need the stop here. It just needs to keep continuing for Latvia. Or can the Philippines continue to apply their trademark pressure that they've done so well this entire game? Taking their time with it. Newsom gets rid of the body. And Schmitz commits the foul. Everyone takes a sigh of breath here. Points and 4 rebounds. Doesn't look like a heap, but he's controlled the tempo.
I don't think they do this without Newsom the way he's played.
Yeah.
His time with the ball takes loads of pressure off people. His delivery and getting him into whatever coach wanted them to run. He's had a super game. And defensively, he's been there with everybody.
3 from 4 from free throw range for Chris Newsom. Second one's good to go as well. Minute 21 now for Latvia. Down by 10. They need to hurry it up. Lomash goes quick. Doesn't get the bucket. Soto came close to that ring. Got the rebound. Slapped out of Bertens' hands.
Came off Newsom's foot.
Yeah. Sorry, slapped out of Newsom's hand by Bertens.
See, because Latvia have dragged themselves back into the game, they're going to be relatively safe for a semi-final spot. But they won't know who they're going to play.
Yeah.
They won't know if they're first or second, but their massive win yesterday has put them in a position where getting back into this game should be enough to see the semi-final.
Stronex, the shot falls short. A minute left now for the Philippines. Can they continue to apply the pressure? So Latvia in the bonus. Ramos walks to the line. Kimbayo's celebrating on the bench. It's been an absolutely fantastic performance from the Philippines. Not many expected this. They have defied the odds. Against a really vocal crowd as well. I mean, it's one thing to do it against a really strong team, but against a crowd that is completely against you, really, it's quite an effort. And here's CJ Perez.
Well, it's the last minute.
Yeah, last minute man, last minute specialist. What's he got in store for us in this last 48 seconds? Can he put the icing on the cake? Or can Latvia continue to pull back and give their crowd something to cheer about? Bertans loves the look of that. That's big. They need to get the stop here very quickly here, Latvia. Newsom finds a way through.
Yeah.
Offensive foul. 30 seconds, 9-point margin. Latvia ball. Great D by Bertans. And his brother doing the work on the offensive end, draining that triple. His fourth foul confirmed for Newsom. So Lomash from the sideline.
You'd expect them to try and get Davis Bertans another look. He normally makes them in bunches.
Yes.
They need the three.
Here he is. Gives it back to Lomash. He wants to get in the better spot here, Bertans. Lomash gets fouled.
Had a foul to give,
Yeah,
so.
not a bad one. 24 seconds now. 9-point margin. Coach Cohn could only watch on. What have Latvia got? Strelnieks, crowd rising to its feet. Dinas Bertans, Newsom cuts it off. Brilliant. Got the crucial touch. Clock ticks down once again. Less time for Latvia to pull off a miracle. Haven't led at all this game. They'll take a timeout, work things out. They can score quickly, we know they can do that. It's not out of the question. They've scored pretty quickly this term, 24 points to 12.
Well, if they get the quick three, get the quick steal, and there's always, what we said before, when there's time, there's hope. However small that hope is, to actually win the game. And in a way, there's not as much pressure on them right now because they've got that big win last night. But this is a phenomenal result for Philippine basketball. Gives them a huge opportunity to make the final here, and then there's no one for him to fear right now. But if they play like this, the guys who put together their preparation, those two games against tough opponents, this is how they've managed to play this well in this game. But wow, it's just a wow. We could talk all sorts of things, but Brownlee's performance is wow, Soto's performance is wow. The starters, every single one of them, has put a performance on the floor that's out of their A game. They've got to do it tomorrow. You know, it's part of Latvia would like a big Georgia win, which might then they win the group. But this is not done yet here. They could come up with a miracle and get the win. Miracles happen sometimes, and nothing's beyond this team.
Every person in this arena, or nearly every person in this arena, on their feet. 89 plays 80. 17 seconds remaining. Bertans for three, falls short. Soto, Perez. Clock ticks down. The Philippines have got this. A remarkable performance from this visiting team. Ramos with one last hurrah. It falls short.
Should have given it to Perez.
Yeah, he's the man. But they've all stood up in their own way, this Philippines team. From the starters to the bench players, everyone has played their role. And it's a phenomenal victory for Tim Cohn's team. The Philippines led from start to finish in this game. A comprehensive performance sees them get the victory over Latvia. Philippines 89, Latvia 80. The final score from Arena Riga. That was an absolutely clinical display from the Philippines, led by that man on screen, Justin Brownlee. Coach Cohn, amazing tactics throughout the night, backed his team in, and they delivered. In the box seat to finish top of the group, head to the semi-finals, might finish second depending on point differential, but what a start to their tournament. What a win.
Great moment for Phil. And this in the arena now, the Latvia fans still telling their team what they think of them, how great they think they are. This tournament just came alive. Absolutely came. And up until this, I think people were, oh, you know, Brazil, Latvia in the final. Well, Montenegro in the semis, almost certainly. The Philippines got a huge chance of it, and the Philippines now have made a statement about this whole tournament. What they've got to do, though, and this is the one thing that you might get worried about if you're a Philippine fan, they've got to play again tomorrow, and the guys have played a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Then they'll get one day, and then they've got to play a semi-final, then a final, and the roster might be short. They've got to find a way of dealing with it. They're used to playing a lot of games. Back-to-back in that league, they play game after game after game. So that won't worry them too much. But what I think, if Latvia have got to go away, when you lose, you've got to learn. And they've got to learn something about themselves tonight. Those stats, they cooled down a little bit, the Philippines. Still went 45 and 50. But 24% from three-point line for Latvia. We talked about it in the first game. They've been under 30% in prep. They're just a little bit off. Maybe this is the game that will spark and bring them back up to that. But Brownlee with 26, Soto with 18, and then everybody made a contribution. And Coach Cohn, you said what a great job he did. I think those moments in the fourth quarter where he took the 2 really quick timeouts literally re-established their control on the game. Great job all around. And it's, as I say, this tournament is now alive.
Absolutely. And you know what? The fourth quarter best players will show a lot of Latvia. We have to commend them fight back. They were done.
Oh, yeah.
At 3-quarter time, down by 21, to come back and only lose by 9, it's helped them a lot, especially with that point differential. This team can score quickly. They should be proud of their fourth period, for
Absolutely, because there was a moment in the game where we got to the point of going, you know what? They might lose by 30. And all of a sudden, they're really in a bad place. And they didn't, it wasn't Latvia what we were used to, but I'd still say that's down to the performance, the scout, the way they decided to play. It's credit to the Philippines, as well as Latvia have now got some momentum to finish the tournament. They had a 2-day break, so they'll re-establish themselves. I'm sure they'll talk about it. A lot of experienced guys, experienced coach. They'll be back, but that fourth quarter, you quite rightly said, has given them the momentum to get back. If they'd have lost by 30, I don't know if they could have picked themselves up, whether they made the semi-final or not. Now, they've always known it's going to come down to a Saturday win and a Sunday win. That's no points difference. It'll be just down to winning on Saturday, winning on Sunday, and then you're off to Paris, and that's all that matters.
1 ticket to Paris coming out of this group, and as you rightly said, Mark, this group
Justin